go. Good boy. Good boy, Zion. Place. Yeah. Good boy. Good job. Ready? Let's go. Come on. Zion, come. Yeah. Good boy, Zion. Good job, buddy. Good job. Zion, come. Yes. Good boy. Good job, Bubba. Is that school bus? Cool. Zion, come. Yeah. Good boy. Is that the school bus? Yeah, school bus. Good. Good boy. Zion, come. Yeah. Good boy. Good job, Bubba. Come on. All right, ready? Zion, place. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy, Zion. Good job. Come on, let's go. Zion, come. Yeah. Good. Good boy, Bubba. Good morning, pal. Good morning, pal. I know, good morning. Good. All right, ready? Zion, place. Yeah. Good job. Good. Good. Zion, come. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Good job, pal. Good job. Yeah, that's the food you threw up last night. Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Go. Go. Zion, come. Yes. Good. Good boy. Good boy, Bubba. Free dog. Good potty. Good boy. Oh, you had to pee bad, huh? All right. Time to go back. There. Why? Man, you had to pee pretty bad, huh? Zion, come. Yes. Good boy. Good job, Bubba. Good. All right. Ready? Ready? Zion, place. Yeah. Good boy. Good job. Zion, place. Yeah. Good boy. Good job. Good boy, Zion. Let's go. 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 Zion, come. Yeah. Good job, Zion. God, you're such an ogre. You're like Shrek. You're like Shrek. What's with the snorting and the wheezing? What's with the snorting and the wheezing? Come on, let's go. Zion, come. Yeah. Oh, that's what I like. I like the pram. Good boy. Let's go. Zion, come. Yes. Good job. You're standing on my pants. Come on, you gotta take my pants off. Don't take my pants off. All right, one more time. Ready? Ready? Zion, place. Yeah. Good. Good job, Zion. All right. Come here, buddy. All righty. Come here, boy. All right. All done for now, okay? What's going on, guys? Good morning. Happy Friday. So, I started the e-collar work with Zion yesterday, all right? Our early morning time's usually playtime. He's ready to go. We're gonna have to go throw a ball for him. So he had 3 short sessions with the e-collar yesterday. Fantastic. I mean, he did really great. You saw the first 4 days, everything I did. Everything I did was to work on the relationship, that bond, all the marker training, all the basics, just really getting to be good pals where he has all his trust in me. So when I started the e-collar work yesterday, it was fantastic. I mean, he just really took to it real well, like all dogs do, you know, but he's better than most. I mean, this Rottweiler is spectacular. And remember, he's a baby. He's 9 months old, okay? So we just had a very short session here before breakfast, okay? He's like an ogre, I swear. He's the snorting, the wheezing, he's like Shrek, you know? But so that's just a short little session there, and he responds beautifully, just absolutely beautifully. This dog, he's gonna be just a joy to take to the end. He really is. Let's talk about a few things with the e-collar. Probably, and at this day and time, I'm still shocked that we have to explain this stuff, but it's okay, all right? Still probably one of the most popular questions I get about the e-collar comes from purely positive trainers, okay? And let me just start by saying I don't catch a lot of grief from purely positive trainers, not at all. You know, I don't. There's very few that will come at me because of the use of tools or the e-collar. But one of the questions I get very frequently from purely positive trainers is, with my ability to train dogs, why do I need to use an e-collar? Okay, great question. It's a very fair question. And here's the answer. I don't have to use an e-collar to train a dog, all right? When I started getting noticed for my dog training ability with my dogs, I hated e-collars. I was 100% against them, right? Because of what I saw as a little kid, as a bird hunter. But let's not go into all of that. You guys see the way I train. I train everything through motivation. Food, toys, praise, bonding, you know. I teach everything through motivation. I teach nothing with the e-collar. Nothing. Not a single thing. Not one command, all right? Again, they say, then why use it? It's very simple. I use e-collars with my own dogs and with my clients' dogs for the biggest reason is to provide off-leash freedom for the dog. All dogs deserve to run and be a dog and have freedom. With that being said, there must be some way to provide safety for that dog. And there is no other way to provide safety. Now, people are gonna say, well, I'm a great dog trainer, so I don't need an e-collar for my dog to be off leash. Well, guess what? I don't either. You see my dogs, and they very rarely have e-collars on, but if I'm gonna take my dog out in public to run in a park or run in the woods or run down by the creek, they're always gonna have an e-collar on because you have to be prepared for that what-if moment. They're animals, and they make mistakes. So that's the main reason why I use e-collars, to provide off-leash freedom for my dogs. Now, where many of you are still confused and don't understand is a lot of people think, and to be fair, a lot of people still use them just when the dog does not do what they want or does do what they don't want, okay? For example, you see me working simple obedience here, just having fun with Zion. A lot of people still use it. If they give the command the dog doesn't do, they correct the dog with the e-collar. Don't do that. That's not what I do. If you guys follow me, you know that's not how I train. But for the people who don't know, every command you saw me giving Zion, every time I turn, go back, I'm using the e-collar before the command, okay? All I'm doing at this point is teaching Zion the language of the e-collar, what that very strange low-level stimulation means, okay? That's it. And I'm going to train over and over and over for the next week or two to where he completely understands it, so that in the future, if we do need to use it to stop an unwanted behavior or to protect him when he's off leash, we can, even if that means we need higher levels. For example, you guys saw me the other day correct Mango on a higher level, right? She was able to handle that without any problems because she has been prepared. She has been taught for the last 10 months. She's 10 months old. So we prepared for that moment just in case. Okay, we prepared the dog. We don't throw them in the fire and then punish them and correct them for things they don't know. So our job is, my job is, what I tell people, and it doesn't make sense to a lot of people, if I do my job correctly and the e-collar work is really good, chances are you'll never have to use the e-collar at higher levels. It's that simple, because it does amazing things for the dogs and it provides so much clarity when the dog truly understands it. Okay? What are you, he's laying down. This guy, I love this dog. He's amazing. All right, so hopefully that answers some of those questions. Really, really, really simple, guys. It's a wonderful tool. So for the people that ask me that, that's exactly why. Okay? Are there tons of people that still use it completely opposite of how I do? Absolutely. No doubt about it. But that's why there's so many people that come from very far away to get the e-collar work. I don't make e-collar work mandatory for not a single client. No one has to do it. If they come here and say, I just want you to clicker train my dog, not a problem. I have no problem with that. But every single person, it's not even a question, because they see how the dog responds, how I treat the dog, how the dog behaves, and they see how I'm using the e-collar. And so if we can get everyone on that page, and listen, you guys see, there's a lot of purely positive people that post on my stuff and say, wow, I was really against this tool, I hated it. You changed my mind, because they didn't know. So a lot of it, of course there's evil people on both sides, but to be honest, I get more grief from the balance trainer side than I do the purely positive trainer side. And I'm, pretty big on e-collars, as most people know. But it provides an unbelievable freedom for the dog. Now, with that being said, when the dog is truly completed and truly trained on the e-collar, can we use it to make all the things the dog knows better, faster, sharper? Absolutely. That's the beautiful thing about it. Once the dog truly gets it, then it can be used for everything, to make the things the dog knows faster, better, sharper. And can we use it to stop unwanted behaviors? 100% yes, very quickly, very effectively, and much more humanely than any other tool. Okay? Let me repeat that. Much more humanely than any other tool. So for the people who still think that this tool is barbaric, is it used in a bad way by many? Absolutely. And you will hear me blast those people, and I've been very vocal about it for a long time. Okay, but we don't call them trainers, we call them assholes, right? Ego, big giant arrogance and ego filled trainers that will slap an e-collar on a dog, put it on the highest level, and then light it up. Okay, here, Zion is a really big powerful dog, right? What's it on here? Really big powerful dog. This dog, I use the mini educator on all dogs. His working level is a number 5 out of 100. A number 5. Big, powerful, strong dog, right? That doesn't mean you need more power. I don't care about that. I'm working at the lowest level perceived, that he barely feels. That's where we're working with him. Now, there's a lot of balance trainers out there that will talk about this myth of low-level e-collar training. They say it's a farce, and it's, smoke and mirrors, and trainers are lying. There are a lot that do, absolutely. There are a lot that claim low-level e-collar training, and they're not really doing that. I agree with that. But I've shown it over and over and over. I do train low-level e-collar work. Through the whole training process, it's never on a high level. I can almost guarantee you that in the 3 weeks that he's going to be here, he was supposed to be 2 weeks. I decided to keep him for 3 because he's freaking awesome and I don't want him to leave. But there's a good chance this dog will never be corrected except for a verbal command, like a and spatial pressure or a little leash pop. He's never going to receive a high-level e-collar correction the whole time he's here. And then when I pass him off, hey, Ogre, what are you doing? Hey, Zion. think he's got some pretty bad allergies. So you see a lot of the head shaking. It's not from the e-collar. He does that all day long. A lot of paw licking. I think he's got some bad allergies. I really do. But he's never going to receive an e-collar correction the whole time he's here. And then once I pass him off to the owners, I'm going to tell them, listen, before you decide to correct him for any unwanted behaviors on a higher level on the e-collar, this is what I want you to do for the next few weeks. I want him to be trained, okay, much longer than once he leaves here. So my goal is with every dog that when they do need his attention, or he's doing something they don't want, or he's off in the distance, they never have to go to high levels, you know? And I keep in touch with a lot of my clients. Most of them will never have to use the e-collar on a high level because we were so good about teaching it on a low level. So for the trainers that think low level e-collar training is a myth, for some, yes. For me, no. And so when people want to argue this on either side, when they want to make claims and they want to do this, for me it's very simple. I just say, show me your dogs, because I show you mine. Not just my own personal dogs, but my clients' dogs. And dogs don't lie. You saw this dog's response here. You saw Zion's response here, right? It should look no different than he did yesterday with food and toys and a ball. Should have looked no different. He should be the same upbeat kind of dog, happy-go-lucky, loving the interaction with me. And that's because for those first 4 days, I prepped him. And those first 3 or 4 days are important, guys. Could I have put an e-collar on him the first day and started doing? Yeah, I can. And you know, years ago I used to do that. Can I get great results? Absolutely. But for me, that relationship and just taking a few days makes a world of difference in the results. And again, I show it. That's important. I just don't speak it. So we have plenty of folks that just talk about dog training, but you never see no actual work. And to me, it's very important to show people, because I am not only an advocate for the dog, I love this animal. The well-being for the dog is number one, but I'm also a big advocate for the e-collar. That is my tool of choice, okay? Because there is no better tool. Well, this here, the leash, is still the best tool in dog training, okay? Best tool in dog training. But besides a leash, common sense is the e-collar is the best training tool out there, and it could do what no other tool can do. I'm very vocal about getting rid of the leash too fast. There's no doubt in my mind I can work this dog off leash with the e-collar right now. I did it last night in my fenced-in area just to see how you do. Flawless, absolutely perfect. Actually works better off leash than he does on leash, okay? So hopefully that answers a few questions. I know I'm rambling on here. It's early in the morning. My neighbors are all going to school and work. They must think I'm an absolute lunatic, but I think they're used to it by now. But guys, if you're against this tool, I understand if you're looking in the wrong areas to see what this tool is about. I get it. It can be an absolutely awful tool, okay? But open your mind and see what the capabilities and possibilities are, and look at the dogs. The dogs don't lie. You'll never see my dogs, my clients' dogs, flattened like a pancake, going to a place board with their head down and laying down like, wow, this really sucks. Not what I'm about, not what the tool's about. My garage door is opening because the wife's getting ready to take the kids to school. So I'm gonna stop this here, stop rambling, shut the video off, and I'm gonna go back to enjoying Zion the rest of the morning. Everyone have a great weekend. Thank you for all the support and unbelievable messages. And geez, you guys are sending me bourbon, whiskey, send me all kinds of great things. It's kind of embarrassing, but I appreciate it. So thank you very much. Peace. Come on, Zion. Come here, Bubba.